Red December, a two-act play by Wayne Erreca. It is December 7th, 1941. PBY Patrol Wing 10 is stationed at Sangley Point Naval Base in Cavite. The Philippines Islands are on high alert due to recent Japanese activities throughout Asia. In a row of huts stretching alongside a security fence bordering Manila Bay is a Quonset hut of crew PBY 101P7. It is home for Lewis Parks. Within its small quarters are 5 low-level wooden cots and foot lockers. There is an entrance door positioned upstage center and a latrine door stage left. On the wall over their cots are photos of relatives, girlfriends, and especially posters of pinups. Act 1, Scene 1. The lights slowly rise on the interior of PBY 101P7's Quonset hut. The latrine door opens with second radio man Harvey Milstein buttoning up the front of his navy blue bell bottoms as he walks to his footlocker and opens it. He pulls out a newspaper and plops himself on top of his cot and begins to read. Milstein is 18 years old, Jewish, and fresh out of New Jersey, where he was born and raised. Within moments, Harold Thomas, in his early 20s, wearing an unbuttoned shirt and navy blue bell bottoms, enters through the main door and drops on his cot with his hands folded behind his head, looking upward at the ceiling. When I get back, I'll send pictures of me at the Brown Derby with a girl on each arm. Yeah, your mother on the right and sister on the left. Eat your heart out, Milstein. I'm going to be a Hollywood star. Did I ever tell you I was an actor in high school? Yeah, so many times I have it memorized. Can you see I'm reading? Hollywood's calling my name. In 12 days, I'll be shipping out to the bright lights. Maybe I'll be working with Bogey and Cagney. And the dames, Lombard, Stanwyck, and Reedy Haythworth. Oh, boy. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? But there's more important things going on in the world besides pipe dreams, Thomas. Nothing's more important than pictures. One day you'll say, oh yeah, I knew him. He was a great guy, and what a looker. The Shore Patrol had to beat the women off him. What do you know, Milstein? You're going to be a Navy lifer where they don't let you dream. Listen to this, Thomas. Tensions are increasing between the U.S. and Japan. Government officials remain cautious and alert Congress of the growing split in relations. Roosevelt ignores demands for Japanese growth throughout Asia. That's nothing new, Milstein. Why else do they have us flying surveillance for the past month? It's just a bunch of double talk where politicians get paid filling papers with that kind of crap. Don't get scared like a little schoolgirl, Milstein. Nothing's going to happen. No, something's big is happening, and we're right in the middle of it, Thomas. Keep sticking your nose in the papers, Milstein, and you'll give yourself a heart attack. Get a load of this, Thomas. Philippines could be potential target of hostilities were to break out. What are you talking about? They're bluffing. Japan doesn't want to start anything. Hitler and his boys are knocking the crap out of Europe, helping the Japs to make some money. They don't want any par war. Churchill's looking for an excuse to get our tails dragged into the shooting match, Thomas. The Pacific might be the spark that does it. Milstein, you're a warrior. No, I'm a realist, Thomas. You're a worrier, and I'm a lover. I bet you a week's pay I'm doing pictures before any Japs have us eating rice and drinking sake. Okay, Thomas, make it 2 weeks. Milstein, you're a loser. I hope you like eating rice with raw fish heads, Thomas. Chief Louis Parks enters. He's 35 years old and the highest rank in the Quonset hut. He's wearing a khaki shirt and pants and is carrying a notepad and pencil. Have you heard about the common war, Chief? No. Milstein thinks we'll be fighting the Japs soon. I haven't heard, Thomas. We're all going to be war heroes, according to Milstein. I didn't see that, Thomas. And can't you see he's busy writing? I've got eyes. What's it to you? It's just that he's writing, that's all. Yeah. What if I don't stop, Milstein? Thomas grabs Milstein's newspaper. Knock it off, Thomas. Is a genius of Squadron 101 going to stop me? Thomas, give me my paper. You talk too much. Come on, Milstein. Shut it for me, you worm-reading creep. Thomas, I had no beef with you. You want it shut? Here it is, Milstein. Thomas pounces on Milstein, pressing him down on his cot. There's a struggle between them as Thomas raises his arm back to throw a blow. Chief Parks grabs his arm before he lands a punch and yanks him off the cot. Back off, Thomas! What's gotten into you? It's crazy, Chief! You haven't seen crazy, Milstein, just you and me, Creepstein. Thomas! Get out of here! That's an order! He thinks he's a smart ass with his goddamn reading. Chief, this isn't the first time. He's done this before. March out of here, or I'm writing you up, Thomas. I'm going! Milstein, the Japs aren't your only worry. Watch your back! Thomas grabs his hat off his cot and storms out of the Quonset hut. What burr crawled up his ass? I don't know, sir, but he's an egotistical, narrow-minded bastard. Drop it. He can be a real ass at times, Milstein. But stop trying to be his teacher. I don't want to be his teacher, Chief. Then stop reading your newspapers to him. I'll be honest with you. It bugs the shit out of me, too. Try reading a romance novel sometime, okay, Milstein? Chief, I just want to be informed, that's all. It's like everyone's sleepwalking when there's a nightmare sneaking around the corner. People get pissed when they're woken. Let them sleep, Milstein. It's irritating, Chief. Let it go. You can't change them from who they are. Are you going to be all right? Sure, Chief. The world's getting ready to bust a gut, and I'm happy as a lark. Park returns to his cot and begins writing as Milstein picks up his newspaper. Chief, do you mind if I ask you something? Shoot, Milstein. I was just thinking, Chief. Something you do more than breathing. Yeah. Suppose war breaks out. Are we ready? Who's ready for war? If it comes, we fight it, Milstein. It's that simple. If it does, I'm not sure how I'll handle it, sir. Milstein, if a crazy bastard wants to cut your guts out, you grab the nearest thing and kill his ass. Kill or be killed. That's the rule of the jungle. The Quonset hut door flies open with First Radio George Chusey limping in and breathing hard. He's in his early 20s, tall and thin, wearing glasses and holding a brown bag. Chief, you're wanted at the main hangar. Lieutenant Simpson is mad as hell. What's the Annapolis brat whining about now? It's something about the overhauled engines not functioning, sir. Is he foaming at the mouth? Yes, sir. Good. There's no need to hurry then. Park sets his notepad on his cot and calmly exits. Schulze kneels at his cot and pulls several girly magazines out of a paper bag and puts them under his mattress. Milstein, are you going out with us tonight? I'll probably stick around here. My mom sent me a new book. Are you afraid of native girls, Milstein? What's so important in a book? Ever since I was a kid, I've had an interest in insects. The book's on the reproductive habits of the praying mantis. Milstein. That sounds real sexy, Milstein. Forget the insects and let the girls teach you a thing or two about the real world. I know the real world, Chelsea. Every time you come back from the Pineapple Lounge, you're so drunk you can't see the world even if it slapped you in the face. Milstein, what's wrong with being slapped? The dames do it to me all the time. You puke in your guts and scratch in your crotch until your next penicillin shot in the real world. Chelsea, you can count me out. Has anyone ever told you you're a tight ass, Milstein? Thomas enters, overhearing Schulze's question. Yeah, me. You're a tight ass, Milstein. Buzz off, Thomas. Buzz off! You're an ass-brain too, Milstein. Milstein's not coming, Thomas. So what? What is it with you two guys? Milstein, we just thought you'd like to go out on the town with us. Leave him alone, Chelsea. He'd only dampen an already humid night. It's his choice. He'll be missing the hoochie-coochie girls screaming up and down our bamboo poles. How long are you going to be there, Chelsea? Forget it. You'd only read the girls' bedtime stories. Isn't that right, Schulze? Yeah, but come on, Milstein, and take a spin with us. Give your brain a break. Forget him, Schulze. We'll be burping the baby all night. What do you say, Milstein? Are you in or out? Yeah. Okay. I'm in. Now you're talking, Milstein. You'll get an education you never got out of a book. Great, Schulze. Crapstein's going to study anatomy now with us. Schulze, do I have time for a shower? Why? Why, Milstein? The girls haven't bathed for a month. Go ahead, Milstein, and freshen up for the time of your life. Milstein grabs a towel out of his footlocker. I've always wondered about the Pineapple Lounge. Don't leave without me, guys. Don't worry, Milstein. We won't. Milstein rushes out of the door. Are you crazy, Schulze? What the hell are you trying to do? Kill us? You sabotaged our night. Hold your horse, Tonto. There's logic to my madness. What am I missing, Plato? Milstein's mother sends him a healthy allowance every month, and we're usually busted by this time, like now. I thought he wouldn't mind being our banker. You're beautiful, Schulze. You're absolutely beautiful. Leave it to me, Thomas. Have I ever led you astray, Goldilocks? Parks enters with a gloomy expression. Feel like doing some dancing at the Pineapple Lounge, Chief? No. The drinks are on us, Chief. Chelsea, what's Milstein in such a hurry about? Yeah, Chief, we're chaperoning the baby into the den of iniquity. He's going to learn the difference between a praying mantis and silk stockings. Nobody's going anywhere tonight. And that's you and you. What gives, Chief? Yeah, we can't get off the base? That's right, Chelsea. Why can't we, Chief? Yeah, who's giving the orders? Listen up, you two. Lieutenant Simpson revoked our leave passes until our birds ready to fly. You're joking, Chief, right? Thomas, am I laughing? I'll be damned if I'm spending my last days in this crap hole. What's now, genius? Give me a second, Thomas. Chelsea sits on his cot while Thomas stomps around the hut. I'm not running here when there's soft flesh screaming to be pinched out there, Chelsea. Thomas, did you ever notice a small hole in the fence behind the mess hall? Yeah, so what, Chelsea? It's just a hole. Thomas, listen to me. It's big enough for someone to crawl through, and those persons are you and me. Oh, you're beautiful, Chelsea. If I could package your brain into tiny tablets, we'd be millionaires. Oh, that's beautiful. Not so fast, guys. Oh, come on, Chief. We'll be back before anyone notices we're gone. Yeah, Chief, we won't be missed at all. Chief, even if we got caught, it's worth a couple of days in the brig to see the girls tonight. Yeah, Chelsea's right, Chief. Even if we got caught, the food's still better in the brig than out here. Thomas, Chelsea, how do I explain your absences if you get caught? We'll say we sneaked out while you were sleeping. What about Hazelton? He knows everything what happens in here, and he tells everybody what we do. Well, Chief, maybe Thomas could smother Hazelton with a pillow. I don't know. He then probably would tell everyone that Thomas killed him. I don't know, Chief, and I don't have an answer for you. Chelsea, I want a straight answer from you guys. Both of you can't stand the kid. You hassle him all the time. What's the real reason you want to drag him along tonight? We decided to bury our hatchets and show him around, Chief. He's not such a bad kid. A little strange around the edges, but he's okay. You're hoodwinking me, Chelsea. He's your meal ticket, right? Well, we just want to give him an invaluable night, Chief. Yeah, only after he pays a hefty price, Thomas, right? Chief, I guarantee he'll have a smile plastered on his face in the morning. Did your midwives drop you on your heads when you were born? He's a good kid. Let him live a few more years before poisoning him. We're not poisoning him, Chief. We're educating him. Yeah, that's right, Thomas. We're giving Milstein Sex 101 for his first time, Chief. We're professors of carnal enlightenment. You're just going to the Pineapple Lounge, right, guys? Yes, sir. This goes against my better judgment, but I'm holding you responsible for his safe return. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No bashes with the jarheads, right? No, sir. We love the Marines. You're in your cots by no later than 0100. Yes, sir. And snoring on your pillows. If you're not, I'll launch the shore patrol on both of you. You won't disappoint me, right? No, sir. We're both Catholics. All right, guys. And don't screw things up, okay? No, sir. We'll have Milstein smiling and in one piece, and that's a promise. They stand at attention, giving him a crisp salute as Milstein enters wearing box shorts and drying his hair with a towel. Milstein, we've got business to do, so be ready by 700. You're not leaving without me, are you? We're definitely not leaving without you. You can put your money on it. Okay, Chelsea, 700 it is. I'll be ready, guys. And one other small thing, Milstein, you need to know. Yeah, what is it, Chelsea? Bring some extra cash. Then taxi and drinks are murder, and don't forget the girls love money. No problem, Chusey. I've got plenty to spare. Milstein, you won't regret spending every single dime after this wild and crazy night is over. That's a promise to you from Thomas and me, and be ready by 700, Milstein, or you'll turn into a pumpkin. Got it? Loud and clear, Chelsea. See you soon, guys. Chelsea and Thomas rush out, leaving Milstein getting dressed as Parks writes a letter. Are you coming, Chief? No. I'll let you sucklings go astray on your own way. They're not such bad guys, Chief. When I first chipped in, I thought they were nothing but trouble. I guess they don't think I'm so strange after all. During boot camp, guys treated me like I was yesterday's garbage and always ignoring me. Most of my life, I've been a loner, Chief. I think that's why I read so much. Back in Jersey, my mother always encouraged me to stay home and off the streets. She didn't want me running with the wrong elements. Yeah, that's what she called them. She'd say, "Don't get mixed up with the wrong elements, Harvey. An hour of fun is worth a day's misery. Exercise your brain, son, because muscles in time grow lame." I always thought she was a little eccentric, Chief. Whenever she noticed her hands were dirty after doing laundry, she'd wash the clothes again, but this time she'd wear gloves. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question, Chief? Go ahead, Milstein. And what's on your head? I see you writing letters all the time, Chief, but I hardly ever see you reading any. But what gives? What bothers you about that, Milstein? I don't know. I just noticed it, and it seemed funny somehow, and I don't mean to intrude, Chief. I have a disagreeable ex-wife who believes my son shouldn't know his father. I write to him anyway. Someday, he may read them. That's tough, Chief. How old is he? He just turned 13. What's his name? Louis. I called him after my name, but I call him Sonny. I lived with my mother and father until I joined up, Chief. It's funny how things work out. There was never a day I didn't see my father. We'd eat our meals together and listen to the radio programs every night. If he spoke 3 words to me, I thought he was mistaking me for someone else. My mother did all the talking in our house. Maybe he felt like he was relieved of that duty. It didn't hit him until I started getting interested in girls. I expected some kind of fatherly advice, you know, a father-son talk or something. There was nothing coming from him, but my mother's voice was always ringing in my ears. Have you ever been in love, Milstein? I've wanted to be, but I've never made time for it. You have to catch it when it flies overhead. It's all in the timing. That's my problem, Chief. I'm always looking down. What happened with your marriage? There were too many flights, too many ports, too many bottles, and definitely too many girls. I don't blame her feeling the way she does. I was just too restless, I guess. Yeah, Chief, that's a tough one. In another 5 years, your son will be old enough to make his own decisions. Maybe then things will work out for you. Maybe. But in the meantime, I'll keep writing him. Yeah, your sonny might like that. Milstein, can you keep a secret? Sure, but why me, Chief? You're an honest kid, and that's why. The upper brass is considering sending me stateside to become a commissioned officer. With all the chatter going around about the Japanese going to war, they want to buff up their officer ranks. Nothing's decided yet, but I should know for certain pretty soon. That's great, Chief. I'm going to miss you, though. If it does go through, I'll try to look my sonny up when I get there. He'd like that, Chief. Chelsea and Thomas rush into the hut. You said a hole was in the fence, Chelsea, but you didn't mention the draining ditch. Oh, how do you expect us to come out the other side without looking like meatballs and gravy? Thomas, don't mess your pants. It's a minor detail. Have I ever let you down? Yeah, this is great. When the girls see us, they'll think we're working at Savior's pig farm. Relax. Come on. Let me think. Let me breathe, Thomas. You're suffocating me. Chelsea, how can I relax when I haven't smelled a girl in a week? Chelsea, are we still on? Shut up, Milstein. Can't you see he's thinking? Plug it, you guys, and go take a cold shower. It's killing me, Chief. Doesn't Simpson know that I've got serious needs here? Thomas, take one of Schultz's girly bags to the latrine before you explode. Looks like my shower was all for naught, guys. What the hell is for naught, Milstein? Stop squeezing my ears with your Shakespearean high-browed screwy words. Thomas, I'm not trying to be a detriment. Then you go again, Milstein. Do us a favor, shut up and read your newspaper. Thomas, at least you won't be doing piss and punk in the brig. Chief, I'd gladly take piss and punk if this fireball in my belly would disappear. Chief, do you have your keys to the PBY inflatable raft? Oh, call in the midwife here, because Chelsea's given birth to a brilliant new idea. Oh, man. Hold it, Thomas. Chelsea, nothing doing. But, Chief, it won't be any trouble. Nothing doing, guys. I want to keep my rank, so forget about it. It's simple, Chief. We follow you to the PBY, and as I'm helping you with the engines, Thomas unloads the raft and carries it behind the mess hall. It's just that simple, Chief. Why me, Chelsea? What about Milstein doing it? Thomas, we're not letting him to hold the bag if he gets caught. I don't mind doing it, Chelsea. Chelsea, if anyone's ass is going to fry, it's between you and Thomas. Chelsea, it's your idea. Hey, numbnuts, have you forgotten I sprained my ankle the other day, Thomas? I can't believe this. Milstein's a baby and you're a gimp. Okay, I'll do it, but only on one condition. Name it, Thomas. I get first pick of the girls when we get there. I'm all right with that. How about you, Milstein? First, second, third, it's all the same to me, guys. What do you say, Chief? Okay. I know I'm going to live to regret this, Chelsea. Here's the keys, and don't lose them. Parks takes his keys and hands it to Chelsea. Now we're cooking, Chulsey. PBC Ensign Leonard Kilroy enters. He's a smallish man in mid-20s and wears thick black glasses. He is the personal steward to Lieutenant Simpson. Chief Parks, Lieutenant Simpson requests your presence in his office. What's he want now, Leonard? Chief Parks, I expect to be properly addressed as Ensign Stewart Kilroy. Is that understood? Yes, sir. You're wearing the bars on your shoulders. Make it double time. He gets irritable when he has to wait. As you are, gentlemen. Kilroy pivots around and exits from the hut. Well, that throws a monkey wrench into the works, guys. We're not beat yet, Milstein. It's just a temporary delay, Chulsey. Yeah, Chief. We'll just go without you. Wait a minute, Chulsey. It might be risky. Oh, come on! Nothing's going to happen, Chief. I'm in either way, guys. Come on, Chief. How about it? Okay, Chulsey. Go ahead at 0100. I'll personally chaperone each of you to the brig if you get caught. We won't let you down, Chief. Milstein, don't do anything that your mother would disapprove you doing. Yeah, I'd have to stop breathing then, Chief, because she disapproves everything that I do. Oh, Chulsey, we're coming, girlies. Your smart-looking lover boys are coming your way. Well, Thomas, let's get going. The time seems right. They gleefully rush out together. Within moments, Milstein returns. I forgot to get something, Chief. What did you forget, Milstein? I need a little extra cash, Chief. The guys say it's murder out there. Milstein, wait a minute. Come over here. And they told me to keep it a secret. They're taking you out on the town tonight on their own expense. Is that straight, Chief? Yeah. Yes. No joke, Milstein. And give me your wallet. I'll look after it for you so it doesn't get ripped off of you. He hands his wallet to Parks. Gee, thanks, Chief. And I'm beginning to like this man's Navy. See you at 0100, sir. Get out of here and don't get caught, Milstein. And that's an order. Don't disappoint me. Wish me luck, sir. Milstein rushes out of the hut as Parks lights a cigarette. Well, Mrs. Milstein, your little boy is going to become a man tonight. The lights slowly dim to black. Act 1, Scene 2. The lights slowly rise as third pilot Edgar Hazelton enters the hut. He is in his early 20s, wearing his working blue bell-bottoms, and has a timid appearance. He is alone in the hut and walks over to Schulze's cot and lifts the mattress, pulling out one of the girly magazines. He quickly thumbs through several pages as Parks enters, drying his hair with a towel and unseen. Check the centerfold, Hazelton, and say a prayer for Milstein. He's at the Pineapple Lounge with the Gomorrah Brothers. Hazelton quickly stuffs the girly magazine under the mattress and goes to his cot, grabbing his Bible. I was just looking for my daily prayer book. Schulze hides everything under there. He may be a thief, Hazelton, but he's not religious. When I was a kid, my father told me, son, go into your closet and whatever you ask the Lord in prayer, believing will be yours. So, one day, he couldn't find me anywhere, but eventually found me sitting in a closet. He asked me, what the hell are you doing in here, son? I said. I want a new bicycle, Dad, but I'm still waiting for him to say yes. God's delays aren't God denials, Chief. Maybe so, Hazelton, but I ended up riding my old bicycle for the next 3 years until it broke down, and I've never been on a bike ever since. Chief, God works in strange ways, and we still have to have faith. That's for sure, Hazelton. Not long ago I tried praying again. I figured he owned me one. Did you hear him? No. I'm still waiting for his first word. Our faith is tried in many ways, Chief. You religious guys have an excuse for everything, don't you, Hazelton? You let him off the hook too easy, I think. The way I look at it, God should be obligated to us poor sinners when he can do everything. So, are the two Beelzebub twins seducing Milstein, Chief? Yeah. They're giving him Holy Communion at the Pineapple Lounge. Is that a problem, Hazelton? Well, no. But if Milstein's being baptized by those convent sisters of sin, that makes me worry a lot. Do you see what I'm saying, Chief? Hazelton, if Milstein's drinking a little too much gin and rum, is that going to worry you too? Chief, the worst is his being tarnished by the fruits of the flesh. What's wrong with a little flesh, Hazelton? You have a girlfriend, don't you? No, I have a fiancé, Chief. There's an important difference between the two. You know that. Have you ever done her, Hazelton? If you're saying what I think you said, Chief, of course not. We're not married yet. A woman's body should be held in high reverence before God. Nobody respects a woman's body more than me, Hazelton. What is it with you guys? There's nothing on your minds but dirty sex. Isn't that right? Just because you're a Christian, Hazelton, it doesn't mean we have to forfeit our balls. I got morals, Chief. Is that why you had your nose stuck in Chelsea's girly mag just a moment ago? I was only observing the filth he reads, Chief, so I can share the words of truth in the Bible with him. Hazelton, this might make you mad, but do you think you're a righteous pecker before God? Yes, I am, Chief. I'm a righteous... You can't say that word, can you, Hazelton? I can talk to God about tits, asses, and peckers all day, and I know he isn't offended because he's made everything on this earth, and especially you. Busting into the hut is drunken Thomas and Chelsea, covered in mud. Thomas is holding a bottle of rum over his head. Well, if it's in Holy Roller Reverend Hazelton, how do you do? Look at him, Chelsea. Are we late for confession, Brother Hazelton? Your prodigal sons have returned. Where's Milstein, Chelsea? He's right behind us, Chief, with Job's two bosom daughters, little Marie and Lorna. This is against regulations, Chief. I'll take care of this, Hazelton. Just read your Bible. But, Chief! Shut up! Shut up, Hazelton. And that's an order. Milstein entered with one Pineapple Lounge girl wearing a sexy dress, and everyone was drunk and covered with mud on their clothes. Hiya, Chief! Meet Lorna! Lorna and I are getting married tonight, Chief. Chelsea, where did you get the mud on your clothes? We were paddling across the draining ditch when Larna's high heel punctured the raft, Chief. Yeah, the raft started farting and it was all hands overboard for all of us. Why, what the hell is this girl doing here? Are you trying to get us all in the brig, Chelsea? And it was my idea, Chief. And will you marry Larna and me tonight? Chelsea, get that girl off the base. That's an order. Move it. Chief, it'll break Milstein's heart, and Thomas is the best man for the wedding. And by the way, Chief, I saw Leonard walking fast over here. Thomas, get that girl to the latrine. Move it! Milstein, get under the blanket and look like you're asleep. Chelsea, get outside and stall Leonard. Move it, guys! Move it! Move it! Move it! What about the mud, Chief? Tell him you fell in the latrine and now get your ass out there and slow him down. Move it! Chelsea rushes outside the hut and Thomas pushes the girl into the latrine. In seconds, Chelsea is rushing back into the hut. He's coming, Chief! He's coming! He's right behind me! Get under your blankets, guys, and don't open your eyes. They all pulled their blankets over their heads as Ensign Kilroy enters. Chief Parks, it's been reported that a raft is missing from your PBY. The compartment was discovered unlocked. Do you have your keys, Chief? Yes, I do. I need to see them, Chief. Give me a minute. I left my work pants and keys in the latrine. I'll be right back. He enters the latrine and Kilroy notices the mud on the floor and curiously sees Thomas' vacant cot. Kilroy suspiciously looks around the hut and then Parks enters holding his keys. Here you go. I'll report that you left the compartment unlocked and you're responsible for the missing raft. There's one other matter, Chief. Why is there mud on your floor? I must have tramped some mud in after taking my shower. Your shoes look clean to me. Oh, I was wearing my work shoes at that time. Can I see them, Chief? You want to see my muddy shoes? Yes, that is what I asked. I'll be back in a second. Park enters the latrine and comes back out carrying a pair of muddy shoes. Will these do? They're muddy, Chief, but they look smaller than what you're wearing now. Well, okay. I'm going to pass over this because Lieutenant Simpson wants to see you first thing in the morning about this matter. Good night, Parks. Why is that one cot empty, Chief? I haven't the slightest idea. Maybe Thomas had to take a piss. I don't know. I'll inform the shore patrol to look for him. This may lead to the missing raft. Good night, Parks. Kilroy turns to leave when suddenly Thomas enters wearing nothing but a bath towel. Leonard, what brings you to God's little acre? Out for an evening stroll, Thomas? Yeah, I thought I'd flash the shore patrol boys. I'm asking you a straight question, sailor. Well, it's embarrassing, sir, but I had a wet dream and I needed a shower. All right, smartass, expect a trip to Lieutenant Simpson's office in the morning. Parks, make sure he gets there. Kilroy exits as the lights slowly dim to black. Kilroy's a dick wimp, Chelsea. You're beautiful, baby. Just beautiful, Thomas. How the hell did you get outside, Thomas? Chief, I went out the window after the girl stripped me. Okay, guys, the party's over. Chelsea, round up the girls. Oh, come on, Chief. The fun's just starting. This is immoral, Chief. Shut up, Hazelton. You're a moron. All of you, shut up, and that's an order. Chelsea brings the girls out of the latrine while they kiss him. Chelsea, get the girls out of here. I can't, Chief. The raft is on the bottom of the drainage ditch. Turn them over to the shore patrol then, Chelsea. Another word from you, Hazelton. You'll be meeting with your sweet Jesus. Chelsea, check outside. Right, Chief. Chelsea opens the door and takes a peek. Chelsea comes back in. All clear, Chief. Have you got any good ideas, Chelsea? I got an idea, Chief. Let's hide the girls under our blankets. Shut up, Thomas. Chelsea's the idea man. Chief, I think we should confess to Lieutenant Simpson and ask him to forgive us from all of our sins tonight. Shut up, Hazelton. I got an idea. It better be good, Chelsea. Chief, it's a little risky, but it should work. Out with it. Okay, Chief. Mondays are laundry days, right? Yes, every Monday. So, I'm thinking, Chief, we can stuff the girls in our laundry bags and shuffle them over to Benny Perkins, who works there. I'm sure Benny and his boys could easily take them off our hands. Then they could truck them to Cavite. Great, Chelsea. Go fill Benny in on the plan and get right back here. No problem, Chief. I'm on my way. Chelsea begins to exit and stops. Chelsea. Yeah. What, Chief? What's the date? It's the 8th of December. Why, Chief? I've got to make out the laundry report. Okay. Come on. Get going. Can the girls stay until morning, Chief? Shut up, Thomas. They'll only be here until laundry pickup at 0645 and no later than that. Did you hear that, girls? We can party! Hold it, Thomas. Our asses are close to being tarred and feathered. There won't be any party, and get dressed. Aye, sir. Girls, I'm going to need a little help with my pants. Button up your own pants, Thomas. Don't worry, girls. We'll have you out of here soon, and as far away from him. Thomas enters into the latrine.
Chief don't like us? We are a big problem, yes?
We have regulations that don't permit females in our huts. Why no females, Chief? It's because only men can be in here. That's the Navy way.
Why only men? The Navy don't like us girls.
It's not that. It's just that they're afraid it might upset the men's balance.
What kind of balance?
The men might not keep their heads in their jobs if they had close contact with females. Some men might behave improperly. Little Marie seductively minces over to him.
How do you behave, Chief?
Properly.
You think I act properly?
I can't believe this, Chief. Mary Magdalene and her sister are seducing you. Shut up, Hazelton.
You are a handsome man.
Larna walks over to Hazelton. No, you don't. No. Stay right there. Stay where you are. Chief, do something. For God's sake, help me, Chief.
You look lonely. You want to spend time with me?
That wouldn't be a good idea.
Do you think little Marie is improper? I show you a good time.
Frankly, yes. I mean, no. What I mean is, under these conditions, it wouldn't be proper.
Are you a lonely sailor boy?
Chief! She's touching me! Thomas steps out of the latrine, only wearing his bell-bottoms. What do we have here? I'm gone for a few seconds and you're putting on the moves without me. It's not what you think, Thomas. To hell with that, Chief. Let's party! Thomas grabs a bottle of rum and starts pouring it into tin cups. What the hell are you doing? Put that away! Stare the devil in the eye, Chief. Let's all get to know each other. Are you condoning this, Chief? Shut up, Hazelton. There's only 2 girls and we got them. Thomas gives a tin cup of rum to the girls, parks, and offers one to Hazelton. You're a cute boy. How about you, Moses? It's time to be fruitful and multiply. What the hell? This only happens once in a lifetime. Now you're swinging, Chief. Now you're swinging. Steen wakes up on his cot. Lorna! Lorna! Am I late for our wedding? Lorna rushes over to him and takes him into her arms. Oh, baby, wake up! Lorna, make you feel good. Oh, don't get jealous. The evening's young, Hazelton.
You want to dance, Chief? Little Marie show you a good time.
Oh, go on. Go on, take her for a spin, Hazelton. Go on, Chief, take her for a spin. What the hell? A little improperness doesn't hurt anyone. Thomas turns on a small radio with the Benny Goodman song playing as Parks swings her around the room. This moment should be choreographed with Parks and little Marie dancing, with Milstein and Lorna cuddled on his cot, as Thomas cheers them on and Hazelton cowering. What a dancer! What a dancer, Chief! You have a bunch... What a dancer, Chief! You have a touch for the ladies, Chief. Oh. Do you still want to get married, Lorna? Oh, yes, sailor boy. She smothers him with another kiss. Check out that little tiger. His matzo balls are cooking tonight, Chief. Oh, don't forget to come up for air. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Chief, but don't save me. Lorna, Lorna.
You're a good dancer, Chief. You strong man.
You feel good yourself.
Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you unbalanced, Chief.
I wouldn't know. I can't feel my feet. Ensign Kilroy enters. Boom. Parks and the others freeze as Truesy rushes into the hut. Chief! Chief, Betty's got it covered. Oh, shit. I can explain this, Kilroy. We'll take this up later. We just received word that Pearl Harbor was bombed by the Japanese, and we've declared war. Ship Parks, report to Lieutenant Simpson's office at 0600 for a briefing. And the rest of you men, get rid of these 2 women. We have a war to fight in the morning. Kilroy makes a crisp about-face, exiting the hut, and as the others remain frozen. Ah, God. There goes my damn movie career, Chief. Shut up, Thomas. Just shut up. The lights slowly dim to black. Act 1, Scene 3. It's December 10th, 1941, at the Sangley Point Naval Base in Cavite, Philippines Islands. The lights slowly rise on the Quonset hut, with Milstein sitting on his cot reading a newspaper, Hazelton polishing his shoes, and Chelsea sorting through a box of cheap wristwatches. Thomas stomps into the hut. Jesus Christ! That rotten asswipe Simpson's recollections? It's bad enough I'm not shipping back home, but we're glued to that goddamn base. Stop using the Lord's name in vain, Thomas. I use your name, but it feels better saying his. Why is that, hazelnut? Why does it feel so goddamn good? Yeah, you'll be screaming, Jesus, come save my miserable ass. Come on, guys. It's not even Sunday, and you're blistering my ears. Hey, guys, did you guys read this? This day will live in infamy. It doesn't mean anything, Milstein. There isn't going to be a goddamn war, plain and simple. I'll tell you what will live in infamy. The world's been robbed of its greatest actor since Douglas Fairbanks, and that's me. In your dreams, Thomas. And who in hell is Douglas Fairbanks? Chelsea, in my high school yearbook, someone wrote, Harold Thomas, the next John Barrymore. You couldn't recognize true talent if it stared you in the face, Chelsea. You don't need an agent, Thomas. You sell yourself better than a $5 whore. What do you know, Chelsea? You're nothing. You're nothing but a 2-bit con artist pushing cheap wristwatches. That don't shine. Why don't you stand on a potato crate and give us a recital of Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, Thomas? Hey guys, when do you figure the Japs will get here? Where have you been, Milstein? They're coming all right. Are you scared? Yeah, a little, I guess, Thomas. What's there to be afraid of, Milstein? They're smaller than us and half blind with their slanted eyes. Hey, don't underestimate them, Thomas. They've been kicking Asia's ass for the past 10 years. Japanese are smart people and have beautiful women, and if you're in a fight, you would want 10 guys standing behind you. They're not babies, and they've been warriors for centuries. I had plans, big plans, but this damn war is ruining my life. Yeah, for being half blind, they didn't do so badly at Pearl Harbor, Thomas. Don't you think? Any goddamn coward can sneak up and batter your bloody head in, Milstein. I'm just saying. What are you saying, matzo ball? Hey, settle down, Thomas. We know you're going to be a big war hero. You don't have to pound your chest for us. Like it or not, the Japs are God's children too. Don't preach at me, Hazelton. I'm not, but all I'm saying is, just because they bleed red doesn't make them human. Those bastards took out our guys. Do you call that a fair fight? No. You understand nothing. Don't feed me this Christian crap. Are you going to kill when the killing begins, Hazelton? Don't you feed me this shit about them being God's children. Thomas, the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. Tell that to our boys on the Arizona preacher, boy. I say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a head. We see things differently, Thomas. Are you an American, Hazelton? What does that have to do with anything? Are you an American, Hazelton? You'd better answer my goddamn question if you value your ass. Thomas, Ease up, guys. Come on, ease up. Don't get between us, Chelsea. Answer me, Hazelton, or I'll break your self-righteous neck. Hazelton, do as he says. He's not joking. Yes. What did you say? Yes. I'm an American. I can't hear you, Hazelton. I'm an American. Louder! I can't hear you. I'm an American. Scream it, Hazelton, so all the guys at Pearl Harbor can hear you. I'm an American. I'm an American. An American, 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 American. If I ever see you backing off from a jab, I'll personally blow your head off. Do you got that, Hazelton? Yeah. Do you know what's disgusting about you, Hazelton? No. We have to fight this damn war with wimp asses like you. Thomas exits from the hut. Chelsea, what got into him? Thomas just got word that his younger brother Tommy was on the Arizona when the Japanese planes bombed Pearl Harbor. His brother is still underwater in the engine belly of the battleship. He was only 18 years old. We should give Thomas some room, guys. It will take a few days for him to see things straight. There is a reflective moment until Parks enters the hut. Gather around, guys. We just got orders to evacuate the base and fly down to Ambon in the Dutch Indies. The Japs are coming fast and hard. Grab all your stuff and be at the PBY as soon as possible. I have a few things to check out on our bird, and don't drag your asses. This is a real thing, guys. We're at war. Parks exits and leaves them dumbfounded. They started grabbing all their photos off the walls and took everything from their foot lockers and then put them into their duffel bags. You know something, guys? I thought I was going to make a killing by selling these wristwatches before this damn war started. But now, with the war and all, I feel more generous than any other time in my life to just give something away for nothing. Here, help yourselves, guys. They may help you know how much time you have left. The lights slowly dim to black. Intermission.